Okay, let's see. I think we have maybe one more for tonight. Let's see. Yeah, we have Pat Robertson.
Oh, good.
But this, I mean, these have all been really light tonight. I'm not really trying to hurt you guys this week because last week fucking hurt. Oh, man. Pat Robertson wants to talk to us about how we should fight the Muslim invasion of this country. I didn't realize we were under attack, you know. But he says we should fight the Muslim invasion like the body fights disease. So apparently pretty poorly, because there's a lot of diseases that can fucking kill you. Anyway, let's hear what the flesh-colored Yoda has to say about this stuff.
Our bodies are amazingly resilient, and
I keep saying that every time I see you on fucking camera. I'm like, oh my, you keep melting. How are you still alive? Oh,
he has a lot of money.
He's got those Alex Jones life extension
modern
techniques.
Medical treatment. God,
I remember watching the video a number of years ago, like a long time ago, where he was like leg pressing 1,000 pounds. Did anybody else ever catch this one?
Who was this?
Pat Robertson, where he was like, this was before he got to his current state of, you know, half-melted human being with pointy ears. You know? an elf skin dancer, essentially, is what we have right now. But there was a time, maybe about 15 years ago or so back. I mean, it was a while ago, where I was watching 700 Club. I don't know why. Maybe I just hit the wrong channel. I don't know. But he was like at the gym. He's like, through the power of God, I'm gonna leg press this 1,000 pounds of weight. And it was like those guys that, I don't know if anybody out there's gym rat kind of material, but I used to go to the gym like every day for a couple hours. I mean, because before I had kids, you had just disposable time to do this kind of shit. And so he would get on the leg press, which is the leg sled, whatever you want to call it. And he had it loaded up with 1,000 pounds. And, you know, you're supposed to be laying back on it like this, and your body's here, and your legs are out like this. And his like leg press was like a little bit of, and he's like, I did 1,000 pounds. I'm like, dude, like almost anybody can fucking do that. I bet you kids could do that with the right kind of leverage, you know. like a leg press is where you're supposed to bring the weight up to your fucking chest and then you push it out again. That's what a squat is, you know.
Yeah, it's a squat.
Yeah. But this guy, no, he's like, oh, praise Jesus, I did it. It's like, no, you didn't really.
Not really.
Man. Anyway, the body's an amazing thing.
They can throw off a small infection. Something comes up and the body has mechanisms to deal with it, and the body closes.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that little bit of... Let me rewind it just a couple of seconds, because that's just...
Closes in on the invader and to deal with it, and the body closes in on the...
That's terrible, man.
The body closes in on it.
He was choking on his own bullshit.
It's like, hey Pat, how do we know the body can do this stuff? What natural like order of us learning about the world around us taught you about the body being able to do this thing? How is it we know that the body can fight off infections from different mutated strains of bacteria but not viruses? How do we know this?
That's all clearly outlined in the Bible.
Yeah, it
yes,
just says
clearly.
Well, the Bible also says like you can.
They're different. They're different versions of demons.
There's a section based on, you know, animal husbandry where like you can apparently make a striped cow if you like if you make the cows have sex in front of bushes or some shit like that. It's stupid.
Invader and kills it, and the body stays strong. But there comes a time, if the infection is allowed to spread, and it will spread rapidly, when the invader overtakes the healthy body.
Like cancer or religion. Not quite the same thing. But.
At which point there is sickness and then ultimately death. Now, no society should allow some alien body to come to its midst that preaches terror, preaches overthrow, preaches violence, and preaches another form of government.
I agree. Christianity should be kept out at all costs.
We shouldn't have that. Now, that's what is being allowed in Belgium and France and other parts of Europe in the name of political correctness. And the
political correctness.
Is he drunk? Is he having a stroke on stage right now?
Political correctness.
But really? Fucking France?
You do realize that France and Muslims, they don't quite get along sometimes a lot, you know?
No, not at all.
They're the ones that passed the, you can't wear hijab, or you can't wear the whatever the full body one is, where
burqa.
Burqa is like,
no,
or the niqab.
France,
that's what it is, niqab. It's like,
France has some very anti-Muslim laws in place right now.
Which is a anti-theist. I'm like, yeah, you should have to take your driver's license photo with your fucking headscarf off. I don't.
Kidding.
Yeah, it's a form of identification.
Yeah.
I mean, why not just put up a black veil for anybody then? I mean, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point. It is used to identify you. Oh, but that's the government saying we should be able to keep track of you at all times. It's like, no, that's not how that works at all. Like, we want to be able to say, are you you? Yes, you are you. Otherwise, we don't believe you. And talking about Belgium is so fucking laid back. I don't know why. I mean, I understand why they chose to attack, but at the same time, it's like, if you want to talk about a live and let live kind of society, that country fucking embodies that thing. Because they have a lot of lax laws that they look at us in America and they're like, wow, you guys are so fucking uptight. It's amazing that you can even fart, man.
Called socialist liberals think, well, I want to be, open, and I want to be welcoming to these people who come in. Okay, a few of them, fine. It's assimilate into the society, learn the language, learn the customs, and be Belgians. But these people...
Be Belgians.
Be Belgians.
That sounds like a t-shirt we need to make. Be Belgians. And I don't understand why the right, especially the religious right, has this whole, you need to conform to our society kind of thing. And I see it a lot because I have a lot of right-wing people that still post shit on my Facebook page, and I talk with a lot of people that believe this thing. Like, immigration doesn't mean that you get to keep your culture. I'm like,
yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does, man. It's like it's not like, hey, welcome to America. You believe in Jesus now. You have to eat hamburgers at every fucking meal.
I mean, within reason, right? I mean, you can't perform honor killings.
Yeah. I mean, there is a limit to it.
You can't break the law.
When it comes to like a country's laws, yeah, you have to adopt the laws of that country. Because I mean, you have Christians in America trying to push for their own version of like Sharia, but you also have people that are Muslim that want the Sharia law kind of thing going on. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, we didn't impose the same kind of shit when we brought slaves in here. We didn't actually, we kind of forced them to, but but when the Irish came over, we didn't say, hey, you can't play that concertina. You cannot have that music here.
Stop eating those fucking potatoes.
Stop bringing over food with you. Stop, no more redheads. No, gingers, get the fuck out of this country.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's just like, okay, you do have to assimilate. For people that try to come to America, they honestly want to be part of America. And the thing that I grew up believing in, the thing that I've always read on when I was a kid, is that this is a melting pot. This is the country where it's all immigrants, because we said, fuck you, natives. This belongs to everybody,
No, Ben
This is
Carson
ours
says
now.
it's a salad. He wants to toss that salad.
The great American salad.
So sexy.
With ranch dressing. Lots and lots of it. Just drown that shit in ranch dressing until it's just one giant bowl of homogeneous gloop.
The Mormons love their ranch, dude.
Oh, fuck.
And they love their, like, non-flavored dishes. I cannot handle some of the covered dishes I've had where it's like, did you put any salt in this at all? I mean, pepper? Is there any pepper anywhere?
Drown the shit in pepper. Get some flavor.
Oh, one of the
Peppers
worst
of the devil. It's so spicy.
One of the worst is someone I went camping one time. Well, quote unquote camping. We were at Lava Hot Springs, so it didn't really count. But that's a hot springs that's like an hour and a half north of Clearfield. So it's like up in Idaho near there somewhere. It's really not a destination place for anybody. I mean, it's kind of cool to go to a hot spring, but I'm sure you have them nearby you. Every place has fucking thermal vents that like led into a local water aquifer. So you know, hot springs are fun. But anyway, the when we were camping, I should say, they had the RV and we had the tent, and they're like, we're gonna make Italian chicken tonight. And I'm like, oh sweet, they're gonna be like rosemary. There's gonna be some good flavoring in here. It's gonna be full of garlic and maybe a marsala sauce. That's gonna be good.
No.
And they're gonna top it with some cheese. No. It's Italian dressing over fucking chicken.
Yeah.
Like cooked onto it. And I'm like, do you have anything else? Well, we made rice. I'm like, oh, great. Maybe we're going to have some like good like short grain rice. No, it's like minute rice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, what else could they possibly have? Oh, we have dessert. Well, Mormons fucking know dessert. I'll give them credit for that. Unless you're stuck with the green Jello with carrots, like shredded carrots in it. I've never fucking understood that one. Never.
I've never even seen that. I think that's a myth. No, I haven't seen that.
Real. Nope, it's very fucking real.
Is your family not really LDS?
I want to see your credentials. I want to see your paperwork. Let me show me your lineage. Okay, Pat Robertson.
Okay.
They're keeping on with their Islamic customs, their Islamic dress, they're speaking Arabic, and they're in the middle of Belgium, and they're growing and metastasizing, and it won't be long before they overwhelm the healthy body. And that's what the host, the guest on that program.
The host? Is he talking Jesus again? I don't know. Metastasizing. I can't believe he used that word for, them Arabs are fucking at a higher rate than us white people. Ugh, it's gross, man.
And we're showing. I appreciate Chris, but it's true though. We here in America and other places, we can only stand so much infection before it overwhelms us.
But once you've allowed that to occur and roots have gone down into a city or a region, is it too late to change that? What do you do?
The most Muslim part of the United States, I would say the most Muslim part, would be like Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
And there's people that are like, I hate them Arabs, but you don't hear about fucking horrible shit going on there. You don't hear about them like child briding people. You don't hear about the female circumcisions or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's probably just a community of people that get together. I bet you'd get a fucking really rockin' dinner there. I bet you'd be able to get some great fucking food. It would have to be halal, of course, but that's another topic for another show. But
yeah, no, if you've ever been to Dearborn, Michigan, or the surrounding areas, it is about as generic American
it's
as
Americana.
You can get.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
you don't really settle in Michigan and not pick up a lot of fucking Michigan stuff. So.
Yeah, there are more. There
Let's
are
go ahead and
more
compare
like
it to Detroit.
stores and shops. I mean, you see like road signs in Arabic.
Oh
I mean,
my
not
God,
just Arabic, but there's like. But they do that because a big portion of their population
doesn't speak English.
Speaks Arabic.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with immigrants. People come over. They speak their native language.
When we get enough Patreon money, let's go to Dearborn during the Eid. That'd be fun. See if they do the whole goat slaughtering thing. That'll be interesting.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Not really, but it's going to take violence to. They've got to move in with the police dragnets, and they've got to.
They have the stomach for that?
Well, no, that's the problem. You don't want to, because it seems like you're violating people's civil riits. You don't.
It seems like it.
If you move in with the police force saying you need to get the fuck out of here, yeah, you're violating their fucking rights.
Exactly what you're doing. And you don't give up your civil rights if you're not a Christian.
I bet you the Hispanic people are like, man, not for Trump really, but for anybody else, like, I'm so glad they're talking about the Muslims nowadays because they don't give a shit about us Mexican people anymore.
They're finally starting to go, all right, you guys are okay. You're all right.
Hey, for reals though, some of the best like Mexican food It's like here in Utah. I love a lot of the fucking restaurants that we have here.
There are a few really good ones around.
What's the one we went to for your birthday, Dan? That one was fucking legit. I like that place a lot.
El Chihuahua.
El Chihuahua, yeah. They make a drink there called the Death Star, and it's like a quart of liquor with a rubber ducky inside of it. It's good stuff.
They limit you to 2.
My wife has 2, so I have 4. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to Pat.
Want to take away their liberty and violate the thing you are, but people have got to stand up and recognize the threat. If they don't do it, the society's doomed, and that's what's happening. All of our shows are showing, I mean, our reporters are showing that Europe is doomed because they refuse to acknowledge the existence of a pathogen in their midst, an infection that has come in. And that's what radical Islam is. It's an infection. And we have a president here in America who refuses to name it, refuses to identify it, and refuses to give us what's needed to kill the infection.
Oh, man.
What about radical Christianity?
They think that Jesus. Obama saying, you know, this was the result of radical Islam is going to be like the heavens will open up and fucking like beams from God will come down and shine upon the Muslims and they'll be like, I can't handle the light.
No. The president and his staff are smart enough to realize that if they were to do that, if they were to say that,
it would be marginalizing a lot of fucking people. So.
Yeah. All hell would break loose on these communities that are, by and large, very peaceful people.
I just can't believe.
I mean, they recognize that it is radicalized people.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like. I mean, there have been more attacks in the last decade in the United States where they have come from religious Christian people. Or just regular crazy fucking people, compared to the amount of Islamic crazy people. I mean, you had San Bernardino that happened, but at the same time, you had a guy a couple of months before that was a Seventh-day Adventist that shot up a news reporter. You had, I mean, you can just list the amount of mass shootings based on Christian people.
Yeah.
And compare it to the amount of people that were Islam. It's like, hand over fist is going to be winning with Christianity.
Yeah, well, and certainly, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
It's crazy people, and when you take crazy person and you immerse them into extremist ideology, bad shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a powder keg. It's waiting to happen, but
yeah.
Well, and certainly terrorism is bad, and ISIS is bad, and Boko Haram is bad. All of these groups are bad, but I was watching Fox News Sunday this morning, and Chris Wallace interviewed President Obama and made a big deal about how, well, this is the first time you've come on our show since you've become president, and he hammered that a few times. Which why the fuck would he go on your show if you guys are assholes all the time? But he, Chris Wallace said, well, you've said. People have criticized you because you won't say radical Islam, and that they think you're too soft on terrorism because you make statements like, more people die in a bathtub or in a car accident than through terrorism here in the United States, which is absolutely fucking true.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true.
You have more people dying from gunshot from toddler than Islam right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris Wallace said, so some people say you're too soft on terrorism, and Obama said, well, I've killed more terrorist leaders than any other president before me. He didn't say it, but the undertone there was, I'm the one who got Osama bin Laden, so shut the fuck
up. I just think Obama should point and go more scoreboard. He really should sometimes.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, but it's his fault that ISIS came up. No, it's really not his fault.
Yeah, it's like these people are completely divorced from reality and are hell-bent on being afraid of every little fucking thing they can think of.
It's terrible. That's all I got for Pat Robertson. I think that's we've gone, whoa, it's been like a fucking hour. Hey, thanks for sticking around, people. We're going to go to break real quick. Going to go download some liquids and then be right back with the final segment of the show where we're going to talk about Dan and his amazing show, how they've crossed the threshold into triple digits now. So anyway,
Woohoo!
we're gonna be right back. Catch us in a second. This is Utah Outcast. This is Dan. This is Kyle. This is X. We'll be right back.